peeps, and welcome to another episode of Adam's Eats. I am tired, really tired. Just got back from work, been a long old day. So I'm going to show you a recipe today that I like to do kind of midweek when I'm not feeling up to doing something elaborate. It's quite a throw together dish. It's kind of one of those dishes that you want to do probably the night before for the next day. So, you know, it's kind of an advanced dish, but you can get away with doing it after 1-2 hours. And that's tandoori chicken. We've all had it from the takeaway, we all know what it tastes like. And I'm going to show how easy it is to make your own. All it does is the chicken sits in a tandoori spice mix and yogurt, and you can leave that to infuse for 1-2 hours, but it is better overnight really, but you can get away with it after a couple of hours. So if you pop over here, I'll show you what you need and we'll crack on. Right, so here we are. We've got the ingredients in front of us. As you can see, there's not really a lot to it. There's very few ingredients here, and that's how it should be really. This is such a simple dish to make. All it requires is a whole chicken, which we're going to spatchcock, by the way. This came for a request from one of my girlfriend's friends. She said she's quite interested in how to spatchcock a chicken, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Super easy. We've got 2 limes, which you'll need the juice of, 500 grams of plain yogurt. You use full fat or just low fat, whatever. Bit of salt, and then the star ingredient, which is this stuff, and it's called tandoori spice powder or masala mix. Comes in a comes in a packet really, and it's basically lots of aromatic Indian spices in it, like coriander, cumin, all that kind of stuff. And it's got a really heady, citrusy sort of smoky sort of taste to it. So get hold of that. You can get it from most supermarkets, and it goes such a long way. I think I paid about 75p a packet for this. And you probably want about 4 tablespoons of this. Okay, so that's kind of all the stuff you need, and I'll show you how to spatchcock the chicken. Right then, so spatchcocking a chicken. Super easy to do really. You'll just need a knife and some strong scissors, which these are not. I broke the handle off my strong ones, so I've got these piddly little things, but I should just do the job. But use a strong pair because it'll make life just that little bit easier. Right, so what we're going to do to spatchcock this chicken, it's such a funny word, isn't it? I hate saying it. Take off all the trussing around the chicken, that sort of elasticy bandy thing, and then you want to turn it upside down, and then you'll directly in the middle is the backbone, and that's the thing that you need to remove in order to spatchcock it. So what I tend to do is just take a knife, and either side of it I'll just make some cuts until I get through to the bone. Okay. There's no exact measurement really, just either side of it is probably about 1 inch thick, something like that. Okay, so you've got your cuts there like that, and then all you want to do, turn it round, so you've got the neck part at the top in front of you, and then you take the scissors and cut down either side. Should snip through the bones really easy, all the way through. Oh god, this is really difficult. Get some better scissors, Adam. Then just the other side. Just like that. God, Bennett. Okay. So you remove the backbone like that. Keep that, stick it in the freezer. Great for soups, stock, anything like that. For the time being, stick it over there. Okay, so you've removed the bone, so it should look something like that. Then all you do is flip it over again, flatten it out as much as you can, just like that, and then just press your palm of your hand on the top and then press down. Okay, just like that, and that just sort of cracks the bones underneath and just flattens it out. Okay, and that's it. That's how you spatchcock a chicken. What you can do is if you get some barbecue skewers, and just sort of put one in through that side and then one in through that side through the middle of the flesh. That keeps it tighter together, so that's great for barbecuing because it keeps it all kind of neat. For this recipe you don't really need to do that, it's just ready as is really. We'll just pop that in the pan like that, in the tray rather. Okay, we'll score that with a knife, which I'll show you in a second, and we'll make the marinade and we'll combine it all together. Wizard. Right then, so spatchcock the chicken, that's all done. Just quickly before we make the marinade, all I've done here is I've just taken a sharp knife and I've just put some slashes along the meat of the chicken. Just, I don't know, don't be fastidious about it, you know, 3 on the middle, so then a couple on the legs and the thighs, that kind of thing. And all this does is just allows the marinade to seep deeper into the meat. Again, you can actually remove the skin as well if you want. I'm not too bothered by it, I leave it on. Entirely up to you really. So that's it, we'll put that to one side whilst we assemble the marinade. Right then, so on to making the marinade itself. Couldn't be simpler. You simply take your yogurt, pour that into a mixing bowl, like so. The lime juice, I've got the juice of 2 limes here, so just squeeze that in. Don't worry if you get pips in there, it's fine because we're going to shake off a lot of the marinade when we come to cook it, so that's not a problem. And then the next thing is you want your 4 tablespoons of masala powder. 1, 2, 3 and 4, just like that. And taking a whisk of your choice, simply whisk it up and it'll turn a really kind of orangey hue, as it were. Oh, and a little bit of salt, not too much, just helps season the chicken, so probably about ½ a teaspoon, something like that. Give it another whisk, and what you end up with, peeps, is this kind of an orangey luminous liquid. Okay, and then we're going to pour that over the chicken and massage it in. Now listen to me very carefully. I strongly recommend you use gloves for that. The reason being, the first time I made this, I just got my hands straight in there, rubbed it all over the chicken, and I couldn't get the stain out of my hand for about a week. So I had like fingers that I looked like a chain smoker. I had all yellow fingers. It was just bloody awful. So wear some rubber gloves, folks. It just makes life a lot easier. Okay, so I'll show you the next step. We'll start marinating the chicken. Right, so we're ready to marinate the chicken. As you can see, I've got my surgical gloves on. And all you want to do, take your marinade, pour it all over, and then just start working it into the chicken, all over, underneath, all in the nooks and crannies. Turn it over, get some more on there as well. So it's quite messy, but if you've got a big enough tray like I have, it should be fine. Saying that though, earlier on I just splattered a load of the marinade over the back of the worktop, so I've got to clean that up in a second. See, things are filming that you don't see. It's not all this glamorous lifestyle of a YouTuber. It's not glamorous at all, actually. Right, so there we go. Chicken's marinated. Just leave that now. Well, cover it with cling film to stop it drying out. Pop that in the fridge. Leave it overnight. As I said, it is better the next day, but you can get away with a couple of hours of marinating if you like. Okay, so the chicken has been marinating now for a couple of hours, and all we need to do now is transfer it onto a tray with a wire rack, like this. Just a baking tray with a wire rack on the top. I've preheated my oven to gas mark 6. It's about to get about 200 degrees centigrade, and you just take the chicken out, just remove a little bit of the marinade and plop that on your baking tray. Right, so here we are, ready for the oven. Just pop your chicken in. And you want to pop it in for around about 50 minutes to an hour. After which time you should have lovely moist chicken and should have nice sort of charred black bits all on the outside, which gives it that sort of smoky flavour. You might want to pop it under the grill for a bit just to char a little bit, or you know, turn your oven up high for the last sort of 10 minutes. But we'll come back in an hour and see how it's got on. Right, so the chicken's been in for about 50 minutes to an hour. So I'm going to have a look, see how it's got on. Oh, that is looking fantastic. That is perfect. That's what you want. I know it looks burnt, but that's exactly how you want it. Those charred bits will give you such a good flavour. So let's get this on the board, rest it up, and we'll portion it up. Right then, so there's the finished article. All I've done is I let it rest for about sort of 20 minutes or so, just to allow the juices to absorb back into the chicken. And I've just portioned it up. I just removed the drumstick and thighs, 2 of those, and I just cut the breasts off and cut those in half. And that's it really. You could slice the breasts a bit thinner, serve with some rice. You could also make a nice yoghurt dip. Just put some yoghurt in a dish, mix it with some freshly chopped coriander, bit of lemon juice, a little pinch of sugar and some salt, and you've got a fantastic little dip there to dip your chicken in. Okay, so let's give it a taste. So here we go. Got some of the bit of chicken here, and I'm going to give it a bit of a taste and see what it's like. Get a nice crunchy bit. Oh man, Christ's sake, that is stonking. Again, it will benefit from just leaving it overnight, but already, even after a couple of hours, you can taste the spice mix. It's all through on the skin. Really delicious. Well, thanks again for watching, peeps. I hope you enjoyed the recipe as much as I did making it. Again, as you can see, it's super simple to make. Give it a go. Like, subscribe, share down below. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. Again, if you want to get in contact with me, the email is in the about description below. And I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks guys, see you again.